They say love is a battlefield, but what if the battle isn't fought with strength, but with subtlety? What if knowing the little cracks in her armor is exactly how you win the war without ever lifting a sword? Before we go deeper, if you've ever felt like you're always chasing, always trying, always the one putting in all the effort in relationships, this video is your game changer. What I'm about to tell you isn't manipulative. It's awareness. It's understanding. And it gives you the upper hand, not to control, but to choose wisely. And if you're watching and haven't subscribed yet, this is your reminder. Stick around for a few more seconds, and you'll know why clicking that button was one of your smartest moves this week. Let's start with the first weakness, needing constant validation. No matter how independent or confident she appears, every woman, yes, everyone, has moments of insecurity. Compliments, praise, attention. They mean more than you think. And when you don't give it constantly, you create space. Space for her to wonder. Space for her to think about you. That's power. When she's always wondering if you still think she's beautiful, if she still has your attention, she's already chasing. Second, emotional storytelling. Women are wired for emotion. It's their strength, but also a vulnerability. If you know how to speak in stories, especially ones that tie emotions to memories, you're not just speaking, you're sticking. She'll remember your words not because they were loud, but because they made her feel. Master that, and you'll live rent-free in her mind. Third, romantic idealism. From childhood, many women are conditioned to believe in the perfect love story. The Notebook, Twilight, Disney movies. They've been fed these dreamy scripts, so when you match even parts of that energy, but then mix in Stoic discipline and mystery, it hits different. She's hooked because it's familiar, but also new. Fourth, the need to be chosen. This one stings, but it's true. Deep down, most women want to be chosen above others, not just loved, but picked. When you live like a man with options, when you don't make her your whole world, you trigger that need. She'll want to be the one who wins you over. That flips the game. Number 5, jealousy triggers. Women get emotionally territorial. That means subtle signs of female attention toward you without you bragging about it. Spark her attention. When you're around other attractive women and remain calm, composed, unbothered. That's a double hit. She sees your value and your control. That's power. Sixth, the protector instinct. Women are nurturers by nature. If you're a man with a past, some scars, some rough edges, but you're not falling apart, something activates inside her. She wants to fix, heal, help. That's why emotionally unavailable men often become magnetic. It's not that she wants pain, it's that she wants purpose. And healing you gives her one. Seventh, inconsistency. Let me be clear, not in a toxic or game-playing way, but being unpredictable makes you less boring. The occasional delayed text, the change in tone, the mystery about your day. It keeps her curious, because curiosity equals interest, interest equals emotion, and emotion equals attachment. Eighth, ambition. This one's misunderstood. Most guys think they need to be rich to attract her. Wrong. You need to have direction. Women are attracted to potential, drive, purpose. It's not the money. It's the motion. If you're chasing something bigger than her, she's far more likely to chase you. Ninth, discipline. Discipline is attractive. A man who says no when he could say yes is rare. Whether it's hitting the gym, staying away from drama, or resisting temptations, Stoic self-control makes her trust and admire you. You're not swayed by every emotion. And that kind of grounded masculinity, irresistible. 10th, subtle dominance. I'm not talking about being loud or aggressive. I'm talking about confidence in silence, taking the lead without needing to ask, making a decision when she's indecisive, setting boundaries calmly. These little moves send a powerful message. You're in control, not of her, but of yourself. 11th, the fear of losing you. This is her greatest weakness. The moment she feels like you're not afraid to walk away, everything changes. Women often pull back when they sense you're too invested too fast. But when you show her that your happiness isn't dependent on her presence, it flips the script. She starts to question, starts to chase. And finally, number 12, emotional intelligence. This isn't about being soft. It's about understanding the deeper layers of what she's saying and not saying. Most men don't listen, but when you hear her, when you remember the small things, when you notice the shift in her tone, she feels seen. And when a woman feels seen by a man who's still a mystery to her, she won't want to let go. Now let's pause, because there's a problem here, right? Most men either don't know these things, or worse, they ignore them. They're too focused on impressing, pleasing, performing. And guess what? That energy repels the very women they want. You lose the upper hand the moment you pedestal her and forget your own value. So here's the challenge. Stop chasing. Start understanding. Start observing. Start mastering your energy. Because when you do, women notice. Not because you're louder, flashier, or richer, but because you're grounded, stoic, purpose-driven, and rare. This isn't about being manipulative. It's about being intentional. You're not here to win her over. You're here to build yourself into a man that's so high value she wants to be around you. That's the Stoic mindset. Power not from control, but from detachment, from presence, from inner stillness. Imagine being the kind of man who walks into a room, says nothing, and still gets her attention, not because of what you're wearing, but because of what you carry. That aura, that calm confidence, that discipline, that's what makes her chase. Every single one of these 12 female weaknesses isn't something to exploit, but something to understand. Because when you understand women better than they understand themselves, you no longer play the game. You are the game. Let's take a quick story to drive this home. There was a guy. Let's call him Mark. Average looks, average job. But Mark knew people. He paid attention. When he talked to women, he didn't try to impress. He listened. He observed. He'd compliment, but rarely. He'd pull back just when things got intense. And guess what? Women loved him. Not because he had anything most men didn't, but because he knew when to lean in and when to lean out. Mark didn't chase. He positioned himself. He led with calmness. He lived with purpose. And women couldn't help but wonder what made him so different. Be like Mark. Better yet, be the best version of you. Stoic, stable, strong. Because the ultimate truth is this: the upper hand isn't about games. It's about growth. It's about having enough awareness to see what most men miss and the discipline to act with intention. So if you made it this far, here's your next step. Watch the video popping on your screen right now. It'll take you even deeper into this mindset. Don't miss it.